Right, hopefully this is going to work. It's been a while since I've used one of these cameras, and the level thing that I usually, or basically I've used this camera in the past, borrowed it off a mate, and had a level thing on it, which I can't work out whether that is. So yeah, it might be a little bit sideways, but here we are. Right, I guess this is almost like a bit of a reintroduction of sorts. Did do a load of videos a while ago, which were to do with the UTS. Anyway, ended up rolling my ankle, not doing the UTS. I guess a bit of a reintroduction. My name is Ollie. I am 32 years old. I'm a personal trainer. Been in the fitness industry and coaching industry for 10 years. So I originally started as a PT. Did a couple of months of that while I was finishing, or just in between my second year and final year of university. And yeah, basically knocked that on the head because I wanted to play rugby and get pissed. My last year, which actually worked out for the best because I ended up probably doing better in my final year than I had done for the rest of them. But basically left the fitness industry for a little period of time, well, for about 3 years or so. Went back in 2016 and have been in the fitness industry ever since. And that has looked many different ways. Over that period of 10 years, I've trained within, trained people within 4 different gyms. I have worked in a rugby league academy. I have, gone into businesses and helped out with their health and performance of their employees. So I've kind of done quite a few different things. In 2018, I ran my first marathon, and that kind of set me off on a little bit of a journey, I guess. A journey sounds so wanky, doesn't it? But effectively, that's what it was. It sent me down a rabbit hole of running, which I really enjoy. But I also have a background in lifting weights and really enjoy that. I kind of dabbled in a little bit of strongman and powerlifting back in the day, but yeah, kind of left that and the unhealthy sport that I think it is, and moved to running. But do enjoy both running and lifting weights. And I guess that kind of brings us to here, really, is although the kind of main sport that I don't want to say compete in, because the only person I'm really competing with is myself. Main sport I compete in is running, but I enjoy lifting weights, and I actually think that lifting weights has a huge carryover to getting you strong enough, getting you robust and resilient enough to endure the high impact nature of running. So that is, in a nutshell, is kind of me and my journey into PT and why I enjoy running now. And then over that period, I guess I have adjusted my my business to work with like-minded people. I now work with people who want to take on big challenges and also need some strength work to either help them complete that or because they enjoy it and they want to keep it up. And that, in a nutshell, is me, I guess. Right, this should be roughly right now. Oh, I have already recorded this, but it looked a little bit shit. Just because basically I hadn't prepared it. I'm not very good, admittedly, at always presentation of stuff. I don't really have the creative mind to make things look pretty. So, arguably that's not the best thing to do, going into videoing things, but here we are. Just done a 7.5 mile run. Just literally got back. Thought I'd record this again, so here we are. That's what I was going to do. Right, Today I'm going to be taking you with me. I don't want to say do a day in the life because that's a bit wanky, isn't it? But and this little cubby hole here has been put into our flat very quickly because we had to move things around. We moved things because of the Christmas tree going up, because we are currently on the 8th of December. So what we're going to do today, or right now should I say, is talk through, put a post out earlier on goals for 2024. Obviously arguably it's a little bit early, but I thought I'd get ahead of the curve. I'm just going to talk about them very quickly. If you hear snores in the background, it's the dog. She does love that. So yeah, goal number 1, run a half marathon personal best in February. I think this is very, very doable. My best so far is 1 hour and 40 minutes 30 seconds, and that was with a kilometre of muddy field to run over at the start and end. And I feel fitter and stronger than I did then, so I think that should be very, very achievable. I've got half booked for February, so the plan is to begin upping the training as of now, and then yeah, go full beans into that. Second one is run a marathon PB in May. Now my marathon PB is very, very different to what I have done half-wise. My marathon PB is currently 4 hours and 17 or 18 minutes, which was a couple of years ago, I think 2021, so it'd be 3 years ago by the time I actually do the marathon. And basically my longest run was 15.5 miles, which is well under what it needed to be because I was just about to go into my long runs, and then I had to change the marathon I was doing. Anyway, long story short, 20 miles, I hit the wall, cramped up, legs were going, and so I didn't get anywhere near which I wanted to get. And if you base roughly what I should be getting on my half marathon times, my aim is to run 3:30 or below. Let's see how I get on with that. I have no doubt I will run better than my previous best, just how different that looks really, which the next few months will kind of tell. Next goal for 2024, do something long and difficult at the end of the year. Now I've left this very ambiguous, which I completely understand, just because I've got a lot. Obviously I've got those 2 races, and the plan with those 2 races is they're going to get the kind of the fitness element, and then I will up it from there and do some longer stuff on trails or something along those lines. I've looked at some of Rat Race's stuff, which is, you know, kind of, they've got some different spins on things. They've got some like longer days and longer events. I really like the sound of those, but none of the dates work out. I've also got a holiday, and I'm putting on a series of races with a friend. So in terms of like a business element of that, that's going to be difficult to manage alongside wanting to get into a race as well. So there's a few things to manage, and I haven't really looked and found anything that tickles my fancy. So but I will do something difficult, even if it is just, you know, go out on my own and run a section of the North Downs, do 100k in the North Downs or something like that. But yeah, TBC. I'd like to do an event, and I think that an event would be a good time, you know, a good thing to aim for, and it puts that kind of time pressure on it, but I don't know, we shall see. Next one is move into a new house. Now, myself and my girlfriend Jess have been in the process of trying to sell this flat, which is her flat, over the last 8 months, and we found the house. We like the house, ticked all the boxes, apart from a log burner, which we both want, but that's one thing we'd have to give up. We found it, we put an offer in, offer accepted. ball rolling, our buyer's buyer pulls out, you know, one of those kind of things. So we're currently waiting to see whether something's going to happen on their end, hoping that we can still keep the house that we want to go to. We're waiting for our buyer's buyer to kind of sort their shit out. So we're in this frustrating process of potentially having to go back to the drawing board and start all over again. But hopefully hopefully in the next few months we will, get that done and dusted and move forward. We'll definitely get something done in the next year, but yeah, that's one of the goals, is to get in there or get into a house and kind of begin that next stage, because we're currently in a 1-bedroom flat with a Rottweiler, which, as you can probably imagine, space is a bit cramped. Hence why this seat is here and not somewhere else, not around the table as it usually is, because we had to squidge things together. But that one will be achievable, and hopefully in the first quarter of next year. Make time for a date night weekly. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, value our relationship and want to keep working and developing on that and making time for each other. We have a partnership, and I think for that to flourish and for us to get the most out of that and not take it for granted, we need to make time. And obviously we both live fairly busy lives, but actually getting some time in the diary, put phones away, and even if it's just watching films, being alongside each other, it's, having dinner together, spending that time, I think is really important. So that's definitely one of the goals, is just make sure that is in the diary weekly. Go on more adventures. We're kind of starting the year strong on that one. We're going down to Cornwall for a week, which is over the week of my birthday, so that should be really good. We both love hiking. Obviously we've got the dog, so we love spending time with her, getting out and about, getting out into nature. So the plan is to do more of that, see more of the UK as well, because as much as I love a summer holiday, also I just love being out in Britain, because we've got some spectacular countryside, some actually absolutely amazing areas, and I really enjoy that, getting up into Scotland, getting to Wales, even getting out into the Downs, things like that. I mean, it's just, you take it for granted, and I don't think people appreciate what we have on our doorstep. And obviously because I do a lot of trail running, I'm quite aware of that. So go and do more stuff like that, go and do some more trips, go and see friends, making sure that we're taking time out, because I think that's important as well from a business perspective. We're going into Christmas now. My last period of time off was in the summer, in August, so I'm pretty much going to be almost on 4 months since I took any time out, and I'm feeling pretty, and I know Jess is the same, she's feeling pretty knackered. So I think making sure we have that is going to be super, super important. So make sure we have regular breaks, regular time out from kind of, I'm not going to say the monotony of life, but the hamster wheel of life, and go and do something fun, recharge the batteries, and then go back into whatever we want to do. And the last one is more of a business one, is help 250 people change their lives. Now, I felt a bit wanky saying that, because it's fairly, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to seem too deep and philosophical, but at the same time, as many coaches will probably appreciate this, helping people with their fitness goals. On the surface, you're helping them with the fitness goals, but actually it's a lot deeper than that. And I did toy with the idea of putting down to help 250 runners achieve their goals, but really, I want to have impact, and I want to help people live healthier and happier lives. That's always been what I've wanted to do. It's, and that's a byproduct of people achieving those goals and believing in themselves and building confidence within themselves, you know, having a better relationship with who they are and what they're about, and understanding, you know, what they bring to the world. That, and it's ironic, not ironic, but it's one of those things where, like, fitness can help you do that, and a lot of people that have been on that journey, and a lot of coaches, because a lot of coaches have been on that journey and then wanted to help people have that journey, you know, it's like a snowball effect. If you come into the gym running whatever and you feel shit and you don't like the way you look and you don't like the way you feel, then actually doing something that makes you feel good, doing something that has a positive impact, that, you know, gives you those good endorphins that then makes you feel better about the situation you're in, that then snowballs, and then suddenly you're getting compliments from random people, and, you know, maybe if you're single, you're getting attention from the opposite sex, or, you know, these small things slowly add up, and then you build confidence, and you're like, actually, do you know what? I am attractive, I am worthy, I do have a place, I do have something worth saying, I do have something worth contributing to. You know, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm not going to allow people to take me for granted. I'm not going to be walked over. Like, that confidence from lifting weights, from running, from seeing that improvement within yourself, within your physical capabilities, within your whatever your chosen sport, that has a ripple effect, and those ripples travel wide. And then suddenly the people that came in and were meek and timid and shy and not confident, suddenly they're sticking up for themselves, they're asking for a raise, they're leaving the shitty relationship, they're going for the job that they didn't think they were capable of getting. And it just has that follow-on effect. So as much as I kind of cringed a little bit at being like, oh, I want to help 250 people change their lives, I fucking do. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, I want to have impact. I want people to come in and to leave better than when they started. And I know that if they feel fitter, stronger and more capable and more confident, essentially they'll go on to do bigger, better things. So yeah, and like 250 people, the prospect of that, I mean, I'm sure the guy who helps with my business, Will, is going to say, you probably went a bit too small with 250, but it's still a number that scares me, and I don't really know how that's going to look or how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to give it a fucking good go. Like, I'm going to really push to do that, and I think we need those big, chunky, scary goals at times that are going to push us out of our comfort zone, and, you know, yeah, make us, you know, shoot for the moon, and if we fall amongst the stars or whatever that phrase is, then we've still done something fucking epic, haven't we? But yeah, that's my goals for 2024. Right, I need to get ready for a meeting, which I will take this camera along with. Not sure how David's going to react to that, but here we are. Going to the local running shop. We're going to be talking about this race, which I alluded to earlier. And I think he's got a pair of shoes for me, so that'd be quite cool to do an unboxing of those. I'm going to shower, get some food, get the dog out for a leg stretch, and then, yeah, back in. Right, this is going to be a little bit on the go. We are on the way to see David at the running hub. Whoa, disappeared. So yeah, on the way to see him. Like I said before, I think I've got a pair of shoes that he's going to give me. And let me squeeze out here. Come on, brother. Let me out. Yeah, I think I've got a pair of shoes to pick up from him, and then obviously we're talking things around the race that we are looking to put on in I was trying to think with this. In June. of next year. So that is the plan. Go and see him, spend an hour or two trying to plan stuff out, and go from there. I guess kind of talk a little bit around what the purpose of this series of videos is. I guess it's more to be able to give a bit of a behind the scenes as to what I do and what I'm doing, both with my clients and my own training, and to produce longer form content. Yeah, so a bit more kind of, I guess, fly on the wall stuff, which I haven't really done much. I guess my Instagram essentially is there to try and educate, to try and support, help, and show the results I get. Obviously, I've got the podcast as well, Training to Endure. The idea of that, I guess, is to inspire and to share stories of other people in the endurance space, both in terms of their own personal achievement, and also what I'm going to be looking to do is to talk to coaches about their experiences, and give insights into how people can train themselves to get these results. And then this YouTube, I guess, is to kind of breach the gap between everything, is to pass on some information around who I am, what I'm about, what I do, how I train. Yeah, I guess that's it really. Obviously, I've kind of talked a little bit about my goals for 2024. Last year was a bit of a weird one, kind of not figuring stuff out, but yeah, obviously I started the year wanting to do UTS and rolled my ankle pretty badly in February. That, I think, was probably a blessing in disguise, because that is a fucking big race, and I only realised that once I'd done once I'd done the 120 kilometers. That is a big chop of a race, big scary race, and actually I probably would have grizzed through, but like, I think there's a difference between suffering in a race and kind of suffering on your own terms. And I want to turn up and be physically fit and give my all, and I guess looking at that, I think I probably need more training, but who knows, I think maybe I'm just making excuses. But yeah, last year was a bit of a weird one. Obviously had that, got injured, rehabbed myself back to full fitness. Then I kind of had a bit of unfinished business just in general, so decided to, this car is steaming up, mate. Decided to enter something big and scary, and that's what I did. I entered the North Coast 110 kilometer race, did that, pretty much suffered my way through that. I mean, I took it on 9 weeks notice, got it done, but it took me a long time, and a little bit of that was through naivety and a lack of preparation on all parts, both in terms of what I carried with me on the day and just my physical fitness. I was the last one out on the course. It took me 24 hours to do, but I got it done. So I guess this year, and then off the back of that, I was like, right, I'm too heavy, I'm not fit enough, so I'm gonna go about doing something about that. So the last kind of couple of months, I've been losing a bit of weight. I started at about 88 kilos, and I mean, some of that would have been a bit of water weight and inflammation from the race itself. But yeah, I started at 88 kilos. I'm now just over 83, so about 5 kilos down. Definitely feeling fitter. Well, I wouldn't say I'm feeling fitter. I'm definitely feeling lighter. Feel good in myself. Definitely feel like my digestion is a lot better. I feel a lot more energy. In terms of my like I wasn't ever doing it, like the whole weight loss thing, I wasn't ever doing it for aesthetics. Obviously that is a lovely byproduct in the fact that I'm visibly leaner and I look better. But to be honest, the real thing that drives me forwards with that is I'm lighter, and I know, like I haven't really been running. I've been doing like 2 runs a week. One's a little 5k and one's like a 10k. But I know as soon as I drop the hammer, I'm gonna fly compared to what I was like, because I was running up at, you know, between 86 and 87 kilos, and I already feel like my easy runs are a lot easier. I'm finding a quicker pace without even trying, and I'm trying to keep everything easy at the moment. So it's already working. Ideally, I want to, you know, best case scenario, I'd like to get down to between 80 and 81 kilos. I think the other thing was almost like a bit of weight loss with Christmas in mind. Like I know I'm going to have more. I'm very good when I'm in control of my food. Like, so I'm pretty good at home. But when any social occasions come up, you know, friends, family, I find that a little bit more challenging. I mean, essentially it's just a case of discipline and planning. And I've kind of navigated the first few months of December pretty well, I'd like to think. But I know inevitably over that Christmas week, I'm still going to probably train every day, but over that Christmas week I'm probably going to, you know, I don't think I'll gain a lot of weight, but there might be a little bit. So another element of getting leaner was in preparation for that. So that I know, and also I know that when I go back into running, my carbohydrate intake will massively shoot up to fuel whatever I'm doing. So there will be a bit of water gain alongside an increased carbohydrate intake. So yeah, the weight loss has been 2 parts. 1, preparation for Christmas so that I'm in a better place in January, and 2, if I'm lighter, I'll be stronger, or I'll be, my power to weight ratio will be better. I'll be lighter, so I'll be able to run easier, further, faster than before. That's basically in a nutshell what I've been doing since that. Obviously did the North Coast 110, was pretty broken after that, and so I was pretty broken after that, and so I went into this weight loss phase about a week after, and I've been in that since. We're probably at a point now where we'll begin to put a bit more fuel in the system, and now I'll just begin to do a bit more exercise. Like I've been doing 4 weight sessions a week, which has been epic. I've really enjoyed the change, and I think in general I'm going to try and include more weight training in my general week, because I enjoy it, and I think I can get away with it now. I think I've kind of built the capacity. Like, this is the weird thing I've found as well over this last few months. You know, I've lost weight. I invariably feel better. I invariably feel stronger because I've been lifting more weights, but my energy and my ability just to do more has also been quite dramatic. Like, in times gone past, I always thought that the best kind of amount of training for me was about 4 days. Right, I'd do 4 days of training, gives me enough time to recover and everything. Most of the time through the last few preps I've done, I've trained 5 days, but now I've been training 6, 7, and I actually feel pretty good. So what I do want to do is definitely put some more strength and weight training back into my program, try and keep that in for longer, although arguably it might have a slightly detrimental effect on my overall running ability. Just because I've enjoyed it, and I think, yeah, I like the way it makes me feel. I like feeling strong, I like feeling powerful, and then, yeah, which is a mixture. So as you, oh fucking hell, this is not good. These angles and this. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck. Much to be desired on the filming front, but that's a little bit better. So as you probably realised, this is really close as well. I'm gonna sit back. As you probably realised, got halfway to Running Hub in Southborough and the battery went dead. So couldn't do anything about my time in there meeting with David. What I am going to do in a minute though is do the unboxing of my new shoes, which is very exciting, and then yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do actually. Today, Saturday, so yesterday was Friday, it's been pretty normal. Walked the dog this morning, got soaked, then went out and did the boot camp that I normally do on a Saturday morning, got soaked again, and now I've just been doing some chores around the flat, like emptying bins, shit like that, cleaning up, and then gonna do a bit of work. I've then got the triathletes that I work with, they're in at 1, so go up to the gym, do them, train after, and then I've got staff Christmas do tonight, so looking forward to going out with the team, get some food, and yeah, looking forward to that tonight. So it's been a pretty standard day, to be honest, but what I'm going to do now is show you these shoes. So firstly, when I spoke to David, I said, oh, look, I want to get an all singing, all dancing pair of shoes. So a couple of years ago, I got these pair of Asics Glide Rides, and I normally run, and to be honest, spend most of my day in a Brooks Adrenaline GTS. Now, that is a pretty standard, comfy shoe for me. The Glide Rides are the ones I've run all my PBs in, and they, whenever I've gone and done like interval stuff and tempo stuff, wearing those versus the Brooks makes a huge amount of difference. Now, in terms of shoes, for most people, I always say go for a pair that's comfortable. Don't worry about how they look or the latest technology. I think if you want to be a good runner, you need to work on the act of running and get better at that. A good shoe to race in, or to, you know, to kind of, I guess race in, or to do a little bit of speed work in, will give you a slight advantage. That's a cherry on top of the cake, but it's not actually going to make and cook and bake the best cake possible. So most people, when they talk about things like carbon plated shoes, I'm like, oh, do you really want to be spending over 200 quid on a pair of carbon plated shoes? I mean, however, that's exactly what I've just done. So when I spoke to David, he was saying he's got a new pair of shoes in and that he'd put a pair aside for me. And that's what he's done. So yeah, went and got a new pair of these bad boys. So you flip this around. Right, these Asics. So these are the Meta Speeds. So look at a pair of those. They are, very light on top. Even the, well, you can see that. Even the laces are pretty. Yeah, and then obviously the carbon plating underneath. Pretty fancy pair of shoes, if you ask me. So these are going to be what I'm going to wear for half marathon this year, and hopefully, although I don't exactly expect miracles from wearing these shoes, I do expect a slight performance benefit. I do think I'll probably get something out of them. So yeah, that's the plan, is wear those for the bigger races, and probably wear them for a couple of tempo and speed runs beforehand, get used to them, But yeah, I'm excited to try them out, see how they feel.